Well, the bombardment in Lebanon over the past 2 days has been described as the most intense since the conflict between Hezbollah and Israel escalated. Israel has launched attacks on 2 fronts, striking Gaza and Lebanon. Israel's military says it targeted a Hamas command and control centre at a mosque and school. The Hamas-run health ministry says 26 people were killed. In Jabalia, 20 people were killed when airstrikes were launched at what Israel claims was a Hamas base. The IDF says it's expanding a humanitarian zone in the south of the Strip while ordering the evacuation of a large area of northern Gaza. Lebanon was again targeted by Israel as Beirut was rocked by explosions overnight. Much of the activity has been focused on the Deir area in southern Beirut, where Hezbollah has a strong presence. At the border, projectiles from southern Lebanon were filmed being intercepted in northern Israel in the city of Kiryat Shmona. As Israel continues its attacks on Iranian-backed groups, it has vowed to strike back at Iran itself after the missile attack on Israeli cities last week. During a visit to an airbase, Defence Minister Yoav Gallant said Iranian attacks have not impacted Israel's air defence system.
The Israeli Air Force's operations, both offensive and defensive, assures the security of the citizens of Israel. The Iranians have not even touched the capabilities of the Air Force. Not a single squadron has been damaged, not a single plane has been damaged. There's not a single runway that does not allow takeoff. There is no damage to our continuity. Whoever thinks that by trying to attack Israel it will deter us or from reacting should look at what's happening in Gaza and what is happening in Beirut.
Sky's John Sparks visited one of the blast sites earlier today.
We have witnessed a huge bombardment, haven't we, over the last 24 hours, much of it going on over our shoulders through the day. We went to Deir, to the outskirts of Deir, very close to Beirut's international airport, and we saw one of these sites. It was a huge smoking crater, about 20, 30 meters deep, perhaps, full of slabs of concrete, twisted metal. It suggested to me that the Israelis had used these bunker-busting bombs on this site. We spoke to local people there, and they said, look, it was a warehouse used by a medical supplies company. And we heard, late last night, we heard a series of explosions and then a whole bunch of secondary explosions. I said, what caused the secondary explosions? They said, we think it's oxygen canisters in the warehouse being consumed by the fire and going off. Later, the IDF, the Israeli military, said that is proof that they hit a Hezbollah ammunition dump, a weapons dump. I have to say we didn't get a whole lot of time on the site because members of Hezbollah turned up. They came, they told us to get out in no uncertain terms. I don't know whether they were worried about our safety because we could hear planes above us, Israeli planes, or whether they were just following orders. But we didn't get much time on the site. But it was quite a scene.